Hey, baby. GMGP. It is Monday, March 23rd, 2026. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with myself and my dog, my brother from another mother. Y'all know who it is. JRich. You can find him at your boy JRich on X. This is Wake Up with Ray and Jay every Monday, every Thursday, bright and early and on time, every time. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. If you are tapping in live with the good people in the chat, much love. I appreciate you. Happy Monday. Hope you have a great week. Hit that thumbs up button, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other NFL draft, college football, fantasy football content that we have on this channel and the DDFFB channel. Scott, Shane, Brandon, myself, Ty DeClaire, Gabe, all over there having a good time every time talking about football. And I see the people in the building right here. Jimbo, GMGP to you, Jacob in the building, Jorge from Rhode Island. They're talking about when we were going to start, Jay Rich. You held down the ship on Thursday. I appreciate you. And look at that, Jay. The comments, man. Every time they're off. They're big. They're huge. But I appreciate you holding down the forts last week.
Didn't happen when I was hosting.
We're back in the building today, Jay. Don't you worry about that. How you doing this morning? How was your weekend, big dog?
It was good, man. I had a great weekend. I'm very excited for those who celebrate opening day is on Wednesday, Ray. So Thursday, we'll hopefully be talking about maybe an Aaron Judge home run. We'll see. Netflix got that game. I don't know how Netflix got opening day, but they're here now.
How loud was that air horn?
I did not hear it. So
okay,
unless the people heard it over me, but I'm good, man. I had a good weekend. I do want to ask you, though, because you were kind of talking about it pregame. How much of the tournament have you watched? And I want to know how much of the tournament the people have watched, because I have not watched any. A lot of people who watch the show regularly know I don't watch the NBA. Not a big fan. And I think that's kind of worked its way into college a little bit. But this is a good year for college prospects. I mean, everyone says it's one of the best drafts in years. I hear about, 4 or 5 guys pretty frequently. Duke seems to be struggling. But what are your thoughts on the tournament? And have you watched any games so far? Because I have not watched a single game.
I watched a few because everyone keeps telling me about Darius Acuff being like legit NBA kind of guy.
Which school does he go to? Because I know the name.
Arkansas.
Oh, he goes Arkansas. So he's under Calipari.
And he's been mocked to the Mavs. So they were like, hey, if he and Cooper Flagg team up, this would be a great. So I watched a little bit of Arkansas. He was very good, of course. Peterson, the kid from Kansas that everyone gets upset about. I've watched him play. And then the BYU kid, I think they got put out by Texas early, but casual watcher. I don't fill out a bracket. I got to watch all 12 games.
Yeah, first year I didn't put out in a bracket. Yeah. Probably since I was like 12 years old, right? Yeah. Like, you just kind of do it with some friends for fun. But this year I was like, Thursday came around. I did the show. And I was like, bracket, I'm not going to watch anyways.
Yeah, I watched a few games. We had a baseball tournament this weekend, so we were out of town. Yeah. And it was on. They didn't have streaming services in the hotel we were in, so you had to watch whatever was on TV. So I watched a few games on network television, but not a big March Madness guy. But shout out to everybody that loves it, man. A lot of people are dived in and tapped into that right now. I was asking you pre-show, did you watch the flag football game? Tom Brady, Smitty, Jalen Hurts, I Show Speed out there, Logan Paul, your boy. The flag, and then Joe Burrow's talking about, hey, I want to play in the Olympics in 2028. I'll just say this, man. My oldest son starts 7-on-7 football this Friday. He's got his first football games, 2 football games on Friday. This flag thing, there's something there, Jay. There's something there. It was Tom Brady's team got demolished, but it was very entertaining to watch high-level football players just kind of play pitch and catch, play 7-on-7 where there's no tackling involved. It's just throws, it's catches, it's running. It was pretty cool to watch that. I think there's something there with flag. I don't know how it's going to play and marry together with NFL and contract stuff and going out there and playing flag and getting hurt, what that could do to you in the league. But it was very entertaining watching the flag football competition.
Well, yeah, so I didn't watch any of it, right? I'll be straight up, wasn't that interested in it. But I think to your point about the whole flag thing, right, is why couldn't there be a flag football league for like retired NFL players or like end of their prime NFL players type of thing where they could make some money? People are going to watch because they're like stars in the NFL that are now playing flag. I mean, like for a lot of people who don't know, they may know by now, but like Rajon Rondo is the highest rated flag football quarterback in America, apparently. Again, I haven't checked the ranks, but I've seen this reported, and there's some coaches
gotta get those flag ranks up, Jay. We need those JRich flag ranks.
And so it's like, I feel like with how popular football is, there could be a market for something like this.
Absolutely.
Again, I used to play flag football. I played flag football against a CFL player. He was fucking disgusting. Like, he was really good. So, like, you just think about, like, people understand the simplicity of flag, but flag is also really fun just to watch because it's literally just 7-on-7. It's what a lot of kids play, and then they grow up, they play college football, they go to the NFL, and then it's kind of done after that. But there's definitely a market beyond simply the beer league flag football.
Oh, yeah.
Where there probably could be some commercialization and some money to retired football players that still have much better skills.
Jay,
they
were
be willing to watch
current NFL players they were out there playing ball. Burrow, Smitty, I mean, there were real NFL players out. It was cool to watch. I mean, I don't want to go all day here, but I am very interested to see what they do for the Olympics. Do they do the guys that are actually playing flag football year round and that kind of thing? Or do they pull some of the NFL guys? And I'll just say, Tom Brady to your boy Stephon Diggs in the corner of the end zone. It still looked like old man Brady could rip it, man. It still looked like old man Tom could rip it, Jay. So March Madness, flag football. Cam Scatterboo said some wild things about asthma and CTE that we might save.
Hey, he took them back, though.
He did take them back. He did. He realized. He said that was not a smart comment to make, but we might talk about that a little later. Today, I want to talk about some of the things that you got to discuss on Thursday. I was not here for the Thursday show, but there was a big trade in the NFL, so I do want to discuss that. Talk a little bit about a couple of mock drafts that are coming out, because what we're seeing now is some new information and some players moving around boards. You got a lot of talk about this 2027 NFL draft class. I saw Todd McShay talking about it could be the greatest of all time. But let's start with Jaylen Waddle and the trade. You did discuss this a little bit on Thursday. There were some things that I wanted to talk to you about in regards to the trade, but Jaylen Waddle gets dealt from the Miami Dolphins to the Denver Broncos for a first-round pick. Was there any other compensation besides the first, Jay, or was it just that 30th overall pick?
It was a few other picks, like a fourth went back to the Dolphins, I believe, or a fourth went back to Miami. So it was like I think it was a third-round pick and a fourth-round pick with the first, and then a fourth also went back to Denver, I think, from Miami. So it was a mid-round pick swap with one thrown in plus the first for Jaylen Waddle.
Bo Nix gets a weapon. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, all right. I see what Denver's making some moves. They've got a lot of receivers in that room right now. You're talking about Courtland Sutton at 1,000 yards last year. Troy Franklin over 700 yards. He had 100 targets. They had two receivers last year in Denver with 100 targets. Franklin, 102, and I believe Sutton was right around 120. So very close as far as opportunity in that offense. Evan Ingram, they spent a third-round pick on Pat Bryant last year. So you've got him in the building. You still got the Nat that is Marvin Mims. Just when you think he's dead, there he is with an 80-yard touchdown catch for the Broncos. But now you add a player who's had, 3,000-yard seasons in Jaylen Waddle. You kind of look at his stat line and you're like, man, I didn't realize he's been this kind of good over the course of his young, 5-year career. Yep. A lot of people talk about his injury history, but he played 16, 17 games last year, Jaylen Waddle. Now, he may limp off here and there inside the games, but he's on the field and playing. What did you talk about? How big of an upgrade is this for Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos? And by the way, Sean Payton was coaching Tom Brady's team. They got blown out in that flag football game too, just FYI. But how good of a move is this for Denver, for Bo Nix, for the offense? Talk about it.
Yeah, for Denver, I think it's one that helps reinforce them as a top AFC contender. You and I talked about it a lot when we're talking about Baltimore. Like, where does Baltimore sit within the AFC? And I kind of still feel like Denver is in a position where they can be the best team in the AFC. A lot of people cite the one-score games that they won. They were like 11-0 in one-score games, or like 11-1 in one-score games this year. And the reason why that's brought up is because the Chiefs were like 11-2 in one-score games in 2024, and obviously we saw how much they faltered in the following season after that. So there is a lot of people that think regression could come for Denver, but at the same time, they did that with quite suspect quarterback play at times from Bo Nix. If you have a receiver that's more capable of being a consistent weapon and threat in this offense. I do think that can add a lot to the consistency of the Denver Broncos. So I'm very excited for it. Again, how excited am I is difficult because I still view Sutton as the quote-unquote alpha there. But Jaylen Waddle is probably going to operate as a co-alpha in the offense, depending on the game and how they're being defended overall. It just adds another weapon to the team, and it's more of a receiving by committee on a very high level compared to what I would say the Patriots are, which is like a mid-tier, like decent level receiving core. I think Sutton and Waddle is a very good tandem, and we know that Franklin, Mims, Bryant, Engram, and the backs will also all contribute to that passing game. So I think overall it just looks like a very stable offense in Denver.
Do you want to take a guess? So I've run the projections for Waddle. Do you want to take a guess at where he's projected to finish this year using my model? Trinity, you know you trust it. Predictive year over year, best visualization tool in the game. Go to ddfantasy.com and pull up the Trinity Trust the Dodge, follow the volume. You want to take a guess at a stat line for 2026? Projected stat line?
I would say he's probably right around, depends on how you weight Waddle versus Sutton, but I've got
Waddle
yards.
Is the one. I'm projecting Waddle to be the one in the offense. I'm projecting him to be and I'll say this, Cortland, and we'll talk about it. Sutton was good last year, but if you watch Denver fans in here, there was definitely some yards and touchdowns left on the field by Sutton this year. I don't want to say he had a drops issue, but there was something. He got to 1,000, but it wasn't a smooth ride there for Cortland Sutton. So I do think they needed to upgrade that room. But you want to take a guess on some projections for Waddle?
I would say based off Waddle's history, I'd put him right around 1075, maybe 1100.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're a lot more bullish than what the projections are for that I have for Waddle, but I do have him leading the team in receiving. But here goes his projection card. If you go to patreon.com/allgas, I post these, or if you join the Discord through the website, let's cover you up, JRich, real quick. But here's JRich Waddle right here in his projections: 131 targets, 946 yards, 9 touchdowns, with about 14 points per game, 7.28 Trinity score, 21% chance to go over 16 points per game next year, 40% chance to be right around 15 points per game, and then no chance for bust. Very, very bust proof right here. 0% risk for finishing with less than like 7 fantasy points per game in 2026. So I got him right at 950 yards for Jaylen Waddle. What are your thoughts, Jay?
I mean, I think that's fair, right? When you're doing projections like this, they are median projections. They're not
median projections.
The absolute high end. Again, I'd like to be a little more bullish on Waddle. I think 1,000 should be the baseline for him, especially after they traded the first round pick for him. Depending on what happens, right? I think for me, the two things I'm going to look at, one is how much is Bo Nix going to throw the football. And I think coming into, his career and his point in the NFL, we're like, probably be a relatively low volume, safe style offense, but like, they don't have much of a running game right now. We know that Peyton wants to run the football, but like RJ Harvey isn't going to get a ton of volume, and they're going to add probably somebody else. They brought back J.K. Dobbins, but I just don't see a dominant rushing attack from this team. So I think they will have to throw the football, and I think adding Waddle as a downfield threat can make for some great things offensively. I get why he'd be in that 950 range, but I think there's a higher ceiling for Waddle. But it's a fine projection, right? Like, you're not going to see 30 guys with 1,000 yards in median projections. That's just not how they work. But I think 950 is more than fine for Waddle.
Yeah, you can't do it. Once you start, when you start looking through, Jay, the opportunity that Bo Nix has, and what Nix needs to do, he's got to play a little better. Bo Nix has got to play a little bit better. He's got to be a little more efficient distributing the ball. But I think that's a fine. If that's his median projection, that means there is some upside there, right? You saw the boom rate, 20% to be probably around 1,100 yards. If we bump that up to like 75th percentile, he's right around 1,150 and 10 for Jaylen Waddle. The problem is who's getting crushed in the offense, because Troy Franklin has been the one that's had this ascending slope the past couple of seasons. I don't want to call last year a breakout for Troy Franklin, but 100 targets, 700 yards.
For what you expect, absolutely.
Little mini breakout for Troy Franklin. Who's the one that's taking the back seat? Is it Sutton? Is it Franklin? Is it Pat Bryant? And once you start adding those numbers up and going down the line, unless you're projecting Bo Nix, and I've got Bo Nix projected to throw for about 3,900 yards, is where he was at last year. Back-to-back seasons over 3,700. He's been healthy all his career outside of the last game that he played in where he kind of jacked his knee ankle up in that playoff game. But he's been consistent. I'm not projecting him to throw 4,500 yards, 43, right around 3,950 for Bo Nix this year. And if he does that, Waddle will be the one in this offense, I think. I do believe how we have everything projected out. Waddle's right there is the top dog. The ones that really get hurt are the Pat Bryants, who you thought maybe have a second-year leap. He's kind of squashed to around 300, 400 yards. Evan Ingram, you're talking about you want to add a tight end to this offense. The math has to math at the end of the day, but I do like this for Bo Nix to get a quick option, a younger option, a more explosive option. Where do you think this places this pass-catching room across, let's just say, the AFC West? Let's start right there. AFC West, you've got a Waddle, Sutton, Franklin trio. Are the Chargers better? Are the Chiefs better? Are the Raiders better? I think the answer to that, in my opinion, is no. Like, those wide receiver rooms as a collective aren't better than Denver. So then you start to scale out. How good is this in the AFC? I mean, clearly Chase and Higgins are better. And whoever you want to throw in is the third in Cincinnati. That's better than what you've got in Denver. But how many other wide receiver rooms are better than what Bo Nix will have walking into this season?
It's definitely tough. I mean, just kind of going through the rooms, there's probably nobody in the AFC East, right? I don't think anyone's going to argue DJ Moore and Shakir, right? Garrett Wilson and somebody, but with no quarterback. Who really cares? The Patriots wide receiver room isn't better than Denver's. It's not even close. And the Jets, who's the one? Oh, Miami, of course. They don't have any wide receivers, so that's not going to happen there. Baltimore, I would say no. Cincinnati for sure. Cleveland, no. And then Pittsburgh, I personally would say no. I think that Pittsburgh has a fine receiving room, but not better than Denver's. The West we already went through, so it's just the South. The Jags, The Jags is interesting. I like the receiving room. I wouldn't say it's better than Denver's. Tennessee's isn't better than Denver's. Indy's isn't better than Denver's. Who's the team I'm forgetting? In the South. Indy, Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Houston.
Who's the last one?
No. Houston.
Nah, Houston.
Debro said
like
in
Nico
the chat.
Collins,
Debro says in the chat, shout out to my dog Debro, second best wide receiver room in the AFC.
Yeah. And honestly, Ray, it could be maybe not better than Cincinnati, but like it's more complete. There's more players, right?
You've got more options. You do have more options in Cincinnati.
You talk about the 3 on Denver, the 4 on Denver, and maybe even the 5 on Denver is better than the 3 in Cincinnati.
Because the 3, you're talking about Troy Franklin,
Marvin Mims.
I saw somebody in the chat. Listen, I'm not dogging out anybody's projections, okay? But I won't say any names, but there is one big name projection guy. I'm looking through his room, and he's got 4 guys catching passes, Jay. And I'm like, 4
guys.
I mean, he's got like Pat Bryant and Little Jordan Humphrey with like 3 catches, 4 and I'm like, okay, they're not going to take that step forward, but you better believe Little Jordan Humphrey's going to get his 17 receptions somehow. He's going to be a gnat. Marvin Mims, he had 50 damn targets last year. I'm not saying he's going to continue to blow up, but he's going to be a gnat, a thorn in the side of the wide receiver 3 and 4s. Those guys are going to get 20 targets, right? Peyton's going to throw them out there and they're going to get opportunity. I think the depth in Denver's wide receiver room, it's nice, especially with Sutton still being able to play at a high level. Now, a year or 2 from now, we might be looking at it like, man, you got to get Waddle some help. They need to get another body in here. But going into this season, not that Bo Nix has had any excuses because he's been phenomenal. 2 back-to-back years, rookie year, second year, they're in the playoffs. 1 game away from the 1 game away from the Super Bowl for Denver, AFC Championship.
Should have been.
He's been very good. This is an excellent addition for Denver. And, they were picking at that spot in the draft. And we'll look at some mocks where a lot of people were just kind of like, give him a linebacker. Give him a defensive end.
Yeah, lost Drake Greenlaw, replace that guy type thing.
Give him Kenyon Sadiq. He's not going to be there. But I love this for Denver, and I love it for Bo Nix.
Yeah, so Ray, I did just send you something. So prepare for the breaking news that I just sent over your way. But I did want to bring up a point about, this receiver room. When you look at projections, right? 11 pass catchers that were not fullbacks or running backs got targets for Denver last season. 11 different players,
I know.
which again happens across the NFL
know.
every single season. So it's not like this is a one-off thing or just this offense. This is when you're looking at projections, you have to understand that it gets distributed all throughout the
way
receiver
down.
room. It's not just one or the other. Now, again, it depends on how the projections are done, because you can project just the top 4 or 5 guys, but still leave wiggle room for the bottom. That is still fine, but you have to understand what you're looking at. But Ray, we do have some breaking news.
Let me tell. I saw it, but let me tell. If y'all want some, I'm just telling you, dude. I have studied this wide receiver position inside and out. If you want some good projections, come pull up. Come, because I'm not doing that, Jay.
For sure.
We're projecting the room, and I'm still leaving 8% unallocated for any additions.
You figure out what it normally
draft
is.
picks. Do they sign somebody? Does somebody get hurt? There's still about an 8% budget of opportunity that's unallocated for right now for the unknown, because we still got 6 damn months to the season. But yeah, Lucas Kroll is projected to get 7 targets. Adam Troutman's projected to get 12. We are projecting the entire room, Jay. And that's why when you start doing this exercise, we talked about it in the Discord the other day. I was like, well, how many yards do you think Sutton will get? Oh, he'll get 1,000. What about Waddle? He's 1,200. What about Franklin? He's 800. You start adding that up, Bo Nix is thrown for 5,200 damn yards. And you're like, that ain't happening, man. There's no way on earth that's happening. So there is some reality that you got to wind back when you do these. So pull up, either go to the Discord from the website, use the Trinity, use the tool, or you just go to Patreon. $5, you just get the information. I don't want no damn Discord. I just want to see what you got. $5, come pull up, check it out, patreon.com/allgas. But I do see it. We talked about it, and I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you he was going to.
What do you mean, tell me?
What is there to tell me? He was going to be the highest paid wide receiver
breaking news
in the history of the game. I told you this 2 weeks ago, JRich. What do we have?
We have an extension for Jaxon Smith-Njigba. They did pick up his 5th-year option like yesterday for whatever reason. But according to Adam Schefter, Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion Jaxon Smith-Njigba reached an agreement with the Seattle Seahawks and a 4-year, $168.6 million contract extension, making him the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. $42.15 million per year with $120 million guaranteed. Ray, how long is Jaxon Smith-Njigba the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL?
Until Puka Nacua gets paid.
Till tomorrow when Puka gets his deal.
Till Puka gets paid, and then Puka be the highest paid receiver in NFL history. And then, you know what the sad part about this is? My Dallas Cowboys, dude. My damn, the price.
That Pickens price?
That Pickens price, that PP, and I ain't talking about the loan. That Pickens price is just steadily going up. JSN, 4-year, 168 points. Can I just get the 0.6?
Oh, yeah.
Can I just get the 0.6, JRich? I don't need anything, but just give me the 0.6 part of that. $0.6 million deal. Highest paid, $42 million a year, Mr. Richards. $42 million per year for Jaxon Smith-Njigba, who coming into this season, a lot of people were talking shit that it was going to fall off the rails. Not going to be good with Darnold. Doesn't have his quarterback. I'll take Marvin Harrison before him. Now you're staring at the richest wide receiver to ever play the game. Good for JSN.
Well deserved. More than deserved, honestly. The way he played last year, he was the entire offense. You know, we talk about top wide receiver duos. JSN and anybody could crack the top 10, right? Because he's that good.
They got Shaheed back, right? They got Shaheed back.
JSN and Shaheed. Look, he doesn't do a whole lot of pass catching, but yeah, JSN does it all, man. He's top wide receiver in the NFL. Some might even say number 1.
Let's see what else we have. So here go the highest paid receivers on a per year basis. JSN, $2.15 million more, or $2.1 million more than Jamar Chase. So you've got two $40 million receivers, JSN and Jamar Chase. Jefferson 3 at 35. CeeDee Lamb 4 at 34. DK still, that one right there. I mean, way to go. Metcalf bag secure at $33 million, 5th highest paid receiver. And you got Garrett Wilson at 32.5. Where does Pickens slot in at? I'll tell you, I know the number. He's going to be third. He's not going to exceed Jamar Chase, but he's getting more than 35 a year. He's getting more than Jefferson.
Yes. So that's where there's that clear gap, right? You're not a $40 million guy.
Right.
But Jefferson's contract's a little stale, right?
It's stale. That's old. That was a long time ago. Right? That's 22, 23.
Even CeeDee Lamb.
That's old.
CeeDee Lamb, long time ago.
Too long ago.
Old news.
Old. 5 years ago.
I think 35, 36. But how do you feel about that for Pickens? Because then you're like, okay, you're the dude now. We got CeeDee, who's gonna get his 40, in due time in a few years. But how do you feel about Pickens at 36? Because I think even we didn't think the number would be that high even 2 months ago, right? He's on the franchise tag now. And I think the other side is, what is that number next year? Because he ain't signing this year, or at least, I don't know, maybe he does September. Maybe Jerry gets it done very, very late. What do you think do you think that number's too high for Pickens? And what do you think it could be next year? Because I think it could be like 38 million next year.
But there's a lot of wiggle room there, right? There's a lot of wiggle room
currently,
between 40 and 35.
Agents got to figure out what that new number is for an almost elite guy. Because it's not 35, it's not 34. Maybe it's, slightly above DK at, 34 million.
I think he's going to be third. I think he's getting more than 35. He'll get more than Jefferson.
Sure.
If I'm him, I'm not DK. If I'm Pickens, I'm thinking I'm better than DK. So don't even start my floor there. I want Jefferson plus money. I think it's not going to be 40, but it's going to be more than 35. And how would I feel about it? I want Pickens on the squad. I mean, you could talk to me about all this other stuff and what you can do if you invest in this position. You think you think Joe Burrow would rather not have Chase or Higgins? Sure. He's probably like, I wish I had a defense, but
Higgins, we'll see. I don't think he needs. He likes Higgins.
He may not, but it's good. Y'all got the money. Y'all figure that shit out. Ownership, like that's not my. I want both my guys.
Yes, but you know that's a. It's just it's like a bad way to do business if you're the quarterback, because it's like you're ignoring the fact that, like, obviously these are very talented players. So they all deserve to be paid, but only so many guys can get paid. So who are the players that are vital to the team that we have to re-sign, that we can't do without, versus the players that it'd be nice if we re-signed them, but we also need to reallocate money elsewhere, right? And that's the other side of it.
My sons are zoned for the same high school as old JSN, so hopefully he'll make a donation.
Are they going to Rockwood?
Yeah, Rockwall. So hopefully they make a donation, JRich, and
you're gonna need a big one.
It's already a very nice facility out there. It's already very nice, but hopefully it can improve before my boys. Man, it's not gonna be long. The oldest one is getting up there, so
it's getting close.
It won't be
it's
long,
close to you too.
Congratulations to JSN. But yeah, he's gonna be the highest paid receiver until Puka Nacua gets paid. And I see it right here. You see Schefter talking about it. JSN's deal with the Seahawks is the latest jump in the wide receiver market, one that will impact their division rival, the Rams, who could be working on a Puka Nacua extension this offseason. Nacua is entering the final deal in 2026 and has a new bar to clear. Is Puka worth more? Let me ask you, is Puka worth more than Jaxon Smith-Njigba? And I just want to read JSN's accolades really quickly. Super Bowl champ, Offensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pro, and I believe Puka does have a first team All-Pro under his belt, or maybe it's two second teams.
His second season, I think, was his best season.
I think his first year he was second team All-Pro as a freaking rookie. Pro Bowl selection, and he led the NFL with 1793. 24 years old, former first-round pick. Is Jaxon Smith-Njigba, is he worth more than Puka Nacua?
I'd say it's close. Personally. Puka, the only real knock on him relative to JSN, I think, is just the availability, right? He's missed time at multiple stretches throughout his NFL career. We obviously know that goes back to college as well. But the talent on the field is just as good, if not better, right? I believe Puka Nacua is currently still the career leader in yards per game at the wide receiver position, ahead of every player in NFL history. I believe that he averages 95.3 yards per game, which is an all-time NFL career record. Right? So he is arguably on pace to be the best receiver in NFL history. And that's what Puka Nacua is. Is he better than JSN? That's up for a lot of people to decide. But he definitely deserves to raise the bar
I
over
want to know.
JSN in terms of his extension number.
I want to know from you: is Jaxon Smith-Njigba better and worth more than Puka Nacua right now? If you're the running the organizations and you've got your choice between those two guys, are you giving $42-43 million to JSN, or are you going to say, you know what, I'm giving that to Puka Nacua? Which one is worth more money?
I think personally that Puka's probably worth more money. I think my tiebreaker slightly leans Puka, but it's very tough because I've obviously been a JSN guy forever, and I love JSN. And so, like, the breakout this year is not surprising, but Puka's done it for a lot longer at, like, an extremely high level in the NFL. And that's not JSN's fault. It's not. And then I also think that I slightly lean Puka in the red zone, too. I think Puka's a better red zone weapon than he's even utilized in the NFL for whatever reason. But JSN's great in his own right. I just think that Puka's a slightly better player now, but for all we know, JSN may be the better long-term investment, right? Because he's just so safe, so stable, and been so good throughout his entire, like, football life.
I'm looking at the comments right now. A lot of give me Puka, JSN for me. JSN will have a longer career. We've got one here. JSN is worth more. I think so, based on injury history. Do you take the off-field? I don't even want to call them antics because I'm trying not to be that old man. He's having fun.
Ray, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
What up?
How do you think you would act as one of the best receivers in the NFL, living in LA versus living in Seattle? What do you think that lifestyle, could it be a little different for old GQ? Could it be a little different? I think it probably could.
Listen, I'm out here in the country and I act wild as hell, JRich. So you're talking about LA, best receiver in the league, young, no kids, not married, millions at my disposal? Man.
And just think, it ain't even crazy money. Because JSN's probably got a lot more money than Puka. But
it would be
it'd be wild.
It'd be fun.
If you were, I mean, is he the best player on the Rams? Probably not, just because of Stafford, but like in terms of just the cult following and the fame and like it's Puka's team. Like Puka's the guy. JSN, he's more low key, he's chill, you know.
I think it's tough. I think it's a fun conversation. So you're picking Puka Nacua.
I slightly lean Puka. I think Puka's the slightly more dominant player. Slightly more dominant.
That's a hard one to answer. If I had to pick, it would also be Puka Nacua, but it is
love Jaxon Smith-Njigba though.
Let me tell you this: if Puka wanted $2 million more, I'd go JSN. I'm giving you 100,000 more.
I'm giving you that 0.1, right? That 0.1.
I'm giving you the 0.1. You'll get 169, right? Or one. That's what Puka's gonna. He's gonna get 169. Watch Puka. Well, it's gonna be 169.9 for Puka Nacua. But I too would take Puka right now over Jaxon Smith-Njigba in a vacuum. But honestly, you're talking about two of the best receivers in the NFL, along with Ja'Marr Chase. I think you say Ja'Marr Chase, Puka Nacua, Jaxon Smith-Njigba in some way, shape, form, or order.
Wow.
Those are the top three receivers in the NFL.
No Jefferson, Ray.
No.
Little disrespectful. Hey.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Come on.
He's not a top three receiver in the NFL right now. No.
Jefferson?
No, he's not. Not right now. Top five, absolutely. Top three, he's not better than Puka.
He's got to deal with 9, bro. Come on.
Well, you got to deal with KY now. You got to deal with old Kyler. KY1. You got to deal with Kyler Murray, right? Or Carson. They've got 3 top first-round quarterbacks on their roster. 3 of them. Wentz.
They still have Wentz?
McCarthy. They re-signed Wentz last week.
Oh, God.
Wentz, McCarthy,
honestly,
and damn Kyler.
Shout out Wentz, man. No one gives Wentz any credit for what he did this season. And he had his stretches where he was terrible. Nobody. But this guy is like gutting it out through terrible injuries while McCarthy is sitting on his butt nursing an ankle. I got to give Carson Wentz some credit, man. He really is like extending his NFL career. And I hope he gets some shot to play again because I got to give Carson Wentz his respect. He's done a good job.
Yeah, I think he is appropriately
See, DP's on my side. Jefferson is better than Puka. See,
you said Jefferson's better than Puka?
That's what DP said.
That's what DP said?
I'm just saying, I'm Ray, I think you're forgetting. I think you're forgetting the Buffalo catch. Remember the Buffalo
DP's
catch?
out of his damn mind on a Monday.
You know what I'm saying?
DP is out of his mind.
He's different, dude. He's so good.
Listen, I love DP, and I know DP right now is frustrated over all the bad NFL draft film takes that are out there, but he is skewed right now. Jefferson is better than Puka. We'll talk this week, DP. I'm not buying it. Give me Puka right now over Jefferson. Come on, DP. DP, physicality, the offense that he currently sits on, what he does.
Well, the offense matters because it's one of the best in the NFL.
Matters. Yeah, I never said it didn't matter. I never said that the offense doesn't matter, but I said Jefferson's top 5. What's wrong with being fifth?
You didn't, though. You said he's not top 3, so is he top 5?
Not top 3. I'm 10 toes down on it. We run a poll. There isn't anybody outside of you and Damian Parson that are going to take Justin Jefferson over Puka Nacua. That's it. You two. You and DP. How about you and DP Jefferson. Do a show and y'all talk about how Jefferson's better than Puka? Because I'm not going to allow it this morning, JRich. We ain't doing that, man.
So who's in your top 5? Let's get you in a little bit of trouble now. Who's in your top 5? Do you want me to give you some names? I got some names for you.
Top 5 going into 26 or top 5 going into 26? Okay.
No, if you really want to do, but like, let's talk skill set, right? Let's try and take the offense a bit out of it, because obviously Puka Nacua is in the best offense basically for any receiver, period. Well, I think we'd all kind of admit that to some extent. You got Jamar Chase number 1. You got JSN, Puka Nacua 2, 3. Who else would crack your top 5 in terms of NFL receivers?
Going into next season, this upcoming season.
Sure. If that's how you want to take it, sure. I don't know why that changes the answer.
I'm just trying to make sure I've got the stipulations correct so you don't try to twist my words. And I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm trying.
You know the next guy he's a dude and I like him a lot. It's probably CeeDee Lamb.
I'm not trying to be biased.
I love CeeDee Lamb.
I'm not trying to be biased. CeeDee is definitely in there. Jefferson is in the conversation. Absolutely.
He's a dude, man.
Inside the top 5.
Well, we're at 5. So is he in the top 5? Because you're giving no credit to your boy out of USC, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I'd have Jefferson at 5.
Wow. Amon-Ra outside the top 5. People aren't going to like that.
Well, I said I'm not trying to be biased. You've got the 2 Dallas players, Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown still in the mix. Amon-Ra, who?
Pickens? You're even bringing up his name when we have Malik Neighbors, right? We have Amon-Ra. We have Jefferson. We got, if you want to go to London, you can. I said
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, but where you got him?
4. I got Amon-Ra at 4. I love Amon-Ra.
4.
I got Amon-Ra at 4. Amon-Ra at 4. Jefferson at 5.
So
Lamb at 6.
So your top 5 is
Hell yeah.
Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Jaxon Smith-Njigba,
Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
That was my top 5. CeeDee Lamb comes next at 6. Pickens is up there too. Pickens is top 8. If I had to go 8, Pickens is in the top 8.
Over Nico?
Yes.
Nico's good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What about Garrett Wilson?
Garrett
Wilson's tough.
What about him? He's not
really
inside.
good.
He's not inside the top 10.
He's really good.
He's not inside the top 10. No.
What about your boy Drake London?
Drizzy Drake's inside the top 10.
Okay.
Drake's inside the top 10. He's somewhere 8, 9, 10.
4 is insane.
How is that insane? He's been one of the most consistent, dominant receivers in the league since he came.
Score type of ranking I've ever seen in my life.
Come on, man.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Well, then what are your 5 then? What are your 5 then?
How's I would probably go
blasphemous?
Chase, Jefferson, Lamb,
Jefferson,
JSN,
just stop
Puka.
It, man. Just
Puka,
stop.
JSN, something like that.
Stop it.
I think Jefferson's still one of the best receivers in the NFL.
He's not the second best receiver in the league, though. Like, come on, dude.
But he's arguably the best. He's arguably better than. He's probably the only player that can outdo Chase on a consistent basis. That's Justin Jefferson. I do love Lamb, though. I think Lamb is phenomenal. I think Lamb is a phenomenal receiver. I do.
Jefferson
like
is one? What? Johnny. I'm not talking Jefferson is not number one in the league. No way. And I'm not, and see, y'all are making, what's happening here is you guys are the ones saying ridiculous things, and then I have to come correct it, and then I sound like the hater. I'm the one sounding like I'm hating on Jefferson, and I'm not. But because y'all putting him at number one in the NFL going into next year is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
He is one of the best receivers in the NFL. He is one of the few guys that's in the conversation as the best receiver in the NFL.
Stop humping the fence and get on one side or the other.
No. Okay, I want you to tell me this right now. You believe because your rankings are stating that you believe that Amon-Ra St. Brown is a tier 1 wide receiver ahead of Justin Jefferson.
No, the tier 1 is Chase, Puka, and JSN. Tier 1 in list.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't say
so.
Anything
Jefferson
about
is not even.
Tier.
He's like basically not even elite. He's not even in. He's not even in tier 1. He can't crack it. He's not good enough. Justin Jefferson, not good enough for tier 1. Not raised tier 1. No way.
Man. Come on, man.
CeeDee Lamb, not even top 5. Wow.
Let's talk. Dirty. Seattle wasn't done paying folks.
Oh, did they get the other one done? You're muted, by the way.
We didn't talk about the other money that is moved around hands here in Seattle. They extended their 2022 first round pick, Charles Cross. He got a big deal. 4 years, $104 million in January. They got the JSN deal done, and now they're working on Witherspoon, who is I mean, he's one of the best defensive backs in the NFL, so he's probably going to catch and fetch a nice bag.
Another 100. They get another 100. Like,
he's going to get 100. He's going to get 100.
Who else got 100? Who's the guy from in Carolina that got 100?
J.C. Horn.
Yeah,
J.C. Horn, different kind of player.
I like J.C. Horn, but
Horn is very good. Horn is in different. They're asked to do different things defensively. Witherspoon, he does a little more in run support. He can blitz. He can go get after the quarterback. He's great in coverage. J.C. Horn is your traditional.
He showed it in the Super Bowl that he is.
Yeah. Spoon's getting 100. Spoon's getting 100. No doubt about it. So they're locking up the players that they need to lock up in Seattle. Jay, this is interesting rankings debate here, and I am just flabbergasted that so many people are on your side saying that Jefferson is the one. I guess I don't know ball, JRich. I guess it's you and your bot chats here in the chat.
You know me, bro. I love my wide receivers. You get them right all the time. Yeah, it's like you're gonna be okay.
We need to look at some mocks. Let's see how any of this stuff might impact what teams do. We've got a 4-rounder we'll look at. We'll take a look at Daniel Jeremiah. He dropped one last week we didn't get to talk about. I know you went over Kuiper's mock, which I still have not looked at. I have not looked at Jeremiah's or this 4-rounder. Hit the thumbs up button, like the stream, comment below your top 5 receivers in the NFL. And when we're back after the break, we're jumping in the mock. Let's get it, baby. Welcome back to the show. It's Wake Up with Ray and Jay every Monday, every Thursday, right here on the channel. Check out all the other content that we drop. Last week, my boy DP and I, we went a 2-round NFL mock draft on the channel. DP and I, we try to get together every Thursday, talk a little NFL draft. Shout out to DP's in the chat. Check out his channel. Doing a lot of dope stuff. Locked on NFL Draft. Got Bleacher Report, his own channel. JRich was here last Thursday solo. So if you missed that episode, check out that solo JRich. We got MLB coming back. Who knows It might be Wake Up MLB with JRich one day for the baseball fans out there. But all the content. Last week was rough, man. Family sick, baseball, but we're back. Some more draft content. Really want to start getting some college stuff going. I'm excited about my Trojans this fall, JRich. They are.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're very bullish on USC. Best recruiting class. Defense is looking good. Offensively, we're going to be fine. I'm feeling good about my Trojans this year, but really excited about college football. So that content is also going to ramp back up here very soon. But I see people in the chat. Amon-Ra's not better than Jefferson. Ray is wild for having Amon-Ra over Jefferson. JRich got his rankings from 2 years ago. JJ is a top 5 lock. DP out here talking about Puka Nacua would be on a milk carton if he were in Minnesota having to play with JJ McCarthy. So yada, yada, yada. Puka would be on a milk carton. Stop it. Y'all got to stop. And again, you're making me feel like a Justin Jefferson hater, and that's anything. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Y'all are just being crazy. Not number 1, he's not number 2. But let's talk about...
Not number 3, not number 4, maybe number 5.
I got him inside the top 5. You want to talk about Lakers? You want to talk about them and where they rank?
Your Lakers, Ray.
You want to talk about them?
I've been hearing a lot of hype about your Lakers. People think they could make some noise. I may have to watch a couple Laker games.
I've got that jacket that's been sitting in the closet for 4 years.
I'm
ready to wear that championship jacket.
Yeah.
One time. I just want to put it on one time. Jay, let's get in the mock. Daniel Jeremiah dropped 3.0. DJ, people say, hey, man, this guy knows his stuff, right? Let's just take a look at what he's got. Let's go through it. It's a little outdated, but let's look at it, okay? Mendoza, Reese, Malinoa. Jeremiah Love looks like he's going to be the guy for Tennessee at 4. Maybe, but he's got Love at 4 for the Titans. And then Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate, Ruben Bain, David Bailey, Spencer Fano, and Caleb Downs inside the top 10. Anything shocking here with inside the top 10? It seems the common names.
Where did Tate go?
Tate went 6. That seems to be the spot for him right now is Cleveland at 6.
Yuck.
You don't like
Giants
it?
Take?
Giants took Sonny Styles at 5.
Okay, so Styles was gone. Yeah,
Styles went. Styles
so
went 5.
I think it's really just so Malinoa went, right? But we didn't see Freeling.
He went 3rd. Freeland did not go inside the top 10 here.
So that's honestly the biggest thing for me when he talks about just like analyzing mock drafts is who's tackle 1 and where do they go, because Fano has not been a lot of people's top 10s especially. And Freeling's been the one that's rising up because of the arm length. So we'll see where scouts ultimately decide to go. And then we do have Miami's pro day today. So hopefully get another arm length measurement from Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think we're also waiting for Mesidor testing too, potentially, because he didn't test the combine. Yep. So hopefully see some of that as well.
Speaking of Miami, the Dolphins and their depleted wide receiver room, they go Mansour Delane here at 11, which little interesting given the fact that they have nobody to catch passes. It's Theo Weiss's wide receiver room right now. But Mansour Delane here at 11, I would think that a wide receiver would probably be more in line with what they need to do. Dallas goes Jermon McCoy.
Woof.
You know how I feel. I think he's an incredibly talented player. Dallas just needs to stop drafting players with injuries coming in. Leighton Vander Esch, McCoy, Revel last year. You can go back years and years and years. Death taxes in Dallas drafting somebody that had some damn need. Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame. Damn, drop foot doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that his foot drops to the ground when he takes his shoe off. We still want him. Bring him into Dallas. So that's a Dallas Cowboys pick if I've ever seen one. I would not go Jermon McCoy at 12. We've got Lemon going to the Rams. There you go. Puka Nacua's running mate here soon. Jordan Tyson going to Baltimore at 14. Mesidor 15 to the Bucs. Omar Cooper Jr.
Wow.
Your boy. 16th.
Hey, man. You know.
There
I might have told you this a couple months ago. But
16 to the Jets. We've got Monroe Freeling. We talked about him. This would be a great pick by Detroit. If he fell to the Lions, that would be...
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Very good for Detroit. I think Detroit fans would be very happy with Freeling at 17. Dylan Thieneman, 18 to the Vikings. Casey Concepcion to the Panthers.
19.
Interesting.
Weapon for Bryce Young, pick. Right?
And then 20, we'll go these in pairs of 10. Dallas, I hate this draft. TJ Parker at 20. Just
that is a little early for Parker. I like Parker, but that's a little
I don't
early
know what
for DJ Parker.
Yeah, DJ isn't into. No.
I have heard his stock is up a little bit from where
there's
it's
no way
been,
I'm taking him here at 20 with other players on the board. I would not do that. Concepcion with Bryce Young. Talk about that versus Omar Cooper in New York.
Ooh, I mean, both are rough, right? Concepcion, I think, could at least be a weapon more consistently because Bryce Young is good in the short area, right? He struggles a bit more down the field at times. A player he can get the ball out to quickly. They can use him in multiple packages. Concepcion, I think, kind of fits what could work next to Teteroa McMillan. But, I mean, the Jets, if you're not Garrett Wilson, I can't imagine you have much value overall. But maybe, just maybe, if there is a ton of volume in New York for some reason, with Geno just chucking the ball like crazy, Omar could be fine. But yeah, I wouldn't say the Jets is a very good spot at 16 for any wide receiver that's still on the board. You're on mute, I think?
Yeah, I was on mute on purpose. I don't know about Coop. Not at 16. It feels quite high to go to the Jets.
But how do you feel about the draft as a whole, right? Tyson gone, Lemon gone, right? Cooper being that next guy. We haven't seen Boston. Concepcion was 5. How do you feel about that? Because I think if you're talking about Cooper at 16 versus Concepcion at 19, I don't think that's too much of a reach if that's how it plays out, right? And I mean, look, JSN just got $42 million a year. If you can hit on a wide receiver in the first round,
I get it.
It's probably a good decision, right? But yeah, I do agree with you. Cooper at 16 is a little high. But I think
let's finish out this one. We've got Blake Miller, tackle out of Clemson, going to Pittsburgh at 21. 22, Venga Ione going to the Chargers. Shout out to DP for the correct pronunciation of how he likes his name. Caden Proctor to Philly. Lomo at 24. So this is, anytime I do a mock, this is sort of the conundrum you're in with the Browns. If you take, and DP said in the chat, watch out for Freeling at 6. Would you rather take your receiver at 6, Tate, Lemon, Tyson, whoever you like, and then get stuck with, and I'm using air quotes when I say stuck, tackle 4 or 5 in Caleb Lomu? Or do you take your pick of the litter at receiver, or do you take your tackle early and then you're forced to go with Denzel Boston here? Or, I can't even think of another, Chris Bell. Just the next receiver up after the tackle. And I think I would opt for my pick of the litter at receiver, first. And then I think I'd go receiver tackle. I would go receiver tackle if I were Cleveland, but that's sort of the boat that they're in with these picks and how the board seemingly always plays out. The Bears go. I tend to lean the other way. Bears go. You would go the other way. You'd go tackle and then whatever receiver.
I think the drop off in talent at tackle versus receiver from pick. Like, I think even you look at this mock, I think the receivers are a bit overdrafted in this mock versus what I would expect on draft day.
Okay.
Right. And so on draft day, if you're at 24, I think it's a good sweet spot for that, I guess, tier 2, 3 of wide receivers. Versus tackle, you're like, you're probably in tier 3 or 4 of the tackles.
Oh, no. You're still in probably like tier 2, 3. You're probably 2, 3 at tackle as well. You're probably 2, 3 at tackle. Bears go EMW, love the player, love the pick, and they lost Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker, who just signed. Where did Brisker sign? It was a nice pickup. He just signed somewhere a couple of days ago. Thought was it Pittsburgh? It may be Pittsburgh that he signed.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
There we go. Good pick by them. Good signing by them. Buffalo goes Cassius Howell at 26. Kenyon Sadiq to the Niners at 27. We did that a while ago in some mocks. Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq, 26. Chase Bisontis, guard out of A&M, goes to Houston at 28. Colton Hood, 29 to the Kansas City Chiefs. 30, the Dolphins with that second pick. They go Keldrick Falk at 30. Caden McDonald to your New England Patriots defensive tackle. And then the Seahawks take Jadarian Price, running back out of Notre Dame. So you want to talk about that 21 through 32 here? Anything shocking, stick out, jump out as what the hell are they doing? Or I really like that. JD Price here at 32. Again, DP and I did a 2-round mock last week. I believe he had the Seahawks going Mike Washington, running back at the back of the first round.
In the second round? Back of the first?
Right at the back of the first round. Yeah, going Mike Wash at 32.
What does DP know that I don't know?
6'2", 230 pounds, and runs a 4.3. I guess that's what it is. But the read, regardless of the player, the fact that first round running back is in play for Seattle, very interesting. Seeing that Kenneth Walker's gone, Charbonnet's ACL injury,
Yeah.
They brought in Emmanuel Wilson, but that ain't finna stop me from drafting a running back. What are your thoughts on this cluster of 12 right here?
I mean, I was a little surprised to see Buffalo go with Cassius Howell, right? I think that drafting Maxwell Harrison last year helped solidify their cornerback room, but I think there's plenty of guys that I believe are on the board still. Like, I'm more than happy to take Avian Terrell at 26. Like, I think that'd be a phenomenal pick for Buffalo to just have two strong, talented cornerbacks that can kind of hold down those spots for them. I'm a little bit confused when it comes to the Keldrick Falk pick, but I also kind of like it, right? Keldrick Falk is a player that's very polarizing because he is so raw, right? He has all of these abilities physically, and his speed is even fine, but he has to refine all those tools. So going to a place, Miami, where they have nothing but time to develop this player like Keldrick Falk that they drafted 30 and kind of see what he becomes. Could he become the next edge rusher for them after they lost Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb in the same season? I don't mind that pick, but Jadarian Price at 32, I think it's kind of crazy. I think they have a need. I think they can fill that need in the first round should they choose to. But is there a better player for them to draft at 32 over a Jadarian Price at the back of the first round?
Maybe. And we'll look at the next 4-round mock and see what ends up happening for Seattle. We did get a super chat. Sacramento Kingpin says, let me know when that DD flag football game is. If it happens, GQ won't be in it. There will be a DD golf scramble before there's a damn DD flag football game. I'm not shredding my other Achilles. I've learned my lesson, JRich, so that ain't happening. No flag football for old GQ. It ain't happening. And then I'm just putting this up here. Just putting this up here. Chiefs still get no wide receiver. Maybe, just maybe, the Chiefs tank it for Jeremiah.
Fred, do you know how hard they would have to tank to get Jeremiah Smith?
Let me just say this. All season, what did we keep? When I was doing mocks in October and November, what did I keep saying? Ain't no way the Chiefs are going to be picking top 15. No way the Chiefs are going to be picking inside the top 10. Where are the Chiefs, where are they? What pick did they earn? They earned the 9th overall pick this year. They earned it. They did. They did tank those last 3 games, though. To do it, but I know Patrick Mahomes had his surgery the day after it happened. I'm going to be ready for week 1. How many times have we seen that shit and then they're not ready for week 1? We got to hold them out.
Pretty much every year.
We're taking it slow. They're on the pup. Why would Kansas City rush him back when this team is sort of in I'm not saying a rebuild, but a redesign? Like this is a redesigned Chiefs offense. You bring in Kenneth Walker. I think there was a very telling reason why they went out and spent money on K9. We got to run the damn ball. We cannot have Mahomes dropping back 50 times a game, especially coming off of an injury. To take Jeremiah Love, I think is a little crazy right now. Jeremiah Smith, excuse me, a little crazy right now to think that could really be in play. But here's the bigger question, Jay. Let me ask you this. What are the chances that Jeremiah Smith is selected before any of let's just say there are 3. I'm not saying Todd, I'm not doing the Todd McShay thing. I'm not doing, there's going to be 7 generational quarterbacks next year.
Oh, yeah.
But give me 3. Let's just say it's Arch Manning, it's Dante Moore, and whomever else you want to throw in there as that 3rd spot. Whomever it is, right? Your pick of the litter. You're a Sam Levitt guy. You think he's going to ball out, it's him. You're a Brennan Sorsby guy, Jaden Mott, whomever it is. You got 3 bona fide top 10 quarterback picks, right?
Yeah.
What are the chances that Jeremiah Smith is drafted ahead of any of those guys with teams needing a quarterback? What are the chances?
Well, I think that's the other part of it, right? So like I'm looking at the NFL landscape right now. Las Vegas doesn't need a quarterback.
They don't need a quarterback. That is the best spot for him to go for a team picking inside like the top 2 or 3. If Mendoza's halfway decent, like that's what we'll see,
right? Is it in the top? I think when you look to how I project the NFL, we'll kind of see how it all shakes out. But the Jets, Arizona, Cleveland, and Miami. Those are your 4 teams that need quarterbacks and will probably be picking relatively high, right? In the top 7 or 8, let's say.
That's correct.
Vegas could be there.
Vegas,
Tennessee
that's 5.
could be within range. I mean, they're in range, right? Tennessee. They could be within range. Why is Tennessee going to be much better than they were last year? We'll see, right? The Giants, we'll see where they're at. Washington, I don't expect to be there. New Orleans, we'll see. And some teams will falter, of course. But I think we kind of know who the top 5 will be. But when you talk about Smith, I would not be shocked if he was the 4th pick in the draft.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I don't
because these teams need quarterbacks. Why are they drafting Jeremiah? Look at Arizona. They had the opportunity to draft Marv, but they had Kyler. If you don't have a guy at all, then yeah, you don't take Jeremiah Smith because who's going to throw him the football? And when are you going to get that quarterback? Right? We're talking about it now. The draft's not for 16 months in 27. So we'll see where these teams shake out. But I think your point about Vegas is valid. I don't think Vegas can be that good this year. They'll be fine.
That's the squad that you want.
Schedule. Mendoza, how does he look as a rookie? They could be picking in the top 5 and have an opportunity for Jeremiah Smith. And he may be available at 4 or 5. Right? Or if Vegas is, in the top 2 or 3, they can trade back a few spots because a team wants to come for a quarterback. The Jets are going for a quarterback. They have the draft capital. Miami will probably also be going for a quarterback because they should be terrible this year. Right? But we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do.
I agree with you. When we talked about this in the court, I'm like, if any of those teams need a quarterback, I don't think he's going over any. If it's the Jets, the Cardinals, who else did we say? The Dolphins.
My dark horse is Indy.
Indy's not going to be in the top 5.
And then the other team, Ray, Minnesota. Your dark horse 2027 QB team.
With the best receiver in the
NFL,
I hope they're not picking in the top 5. With the best wideout in the league, according to you, I would hope they're not picking number 5.
Saying. I'm teams that could need quarterbacks, right? Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. Minnesota might at some point. Indy, depending on what they're going to do.
They can get one. And I'm talking about the chances that Smith is around 4 or 5. And if Kansas City slow played it, we also said there's no that the resounding sentiment. There's no way Kansas City, not top 10. There's no way they'll be picking inside the top 15. It just won't happen. And here we are on March 23rd, the year our Lord and Savior 2026, and they're picking 9th overall in the draft. Don't tell me there's no chance.
I'm not saying there's no chance. It's unlikely.
It was unlikely that he'd be picking damn 9 this year too.
For sure. But this is a year with a lot of unlikely outcomes. I mean, you got Kansas City at 9, Cincinnati at 10, Baltimore at 14, Detroit at 17.
The NFL?
Ray, this is a year where both number 1 seeds from last year didn't make the playoffs. That's never happened in the NFL. It's never happened before. So we are in very unprecedented times when it comes to parity in the league, and I think we will see some regression back to normalcy going into next season. But definitely, it's possible, of course, but we'll see.
I think we're in for a fun season from the NFL standpoint because there are a lot of retread quarterbacks. I see DP says, DP, you find somebody that hates that Daniel Jones more than Scott Connor and Damian Parson, they don't exist. He said Indy has Daniel Jones who can't pass his first read. They have a strong chance to be drafted in top 5. And if Indy's got a shot to draft Archman, and they're taking Archman if he's good.
Hell yeah.
If he clears, and again, I'm not doing there's 7 first rounders, but we probably get 3, at least 3.
That's what I'm saying, right? And that's where I'm not even trying to project the names. No. The names are irrelevant. There is 5-ish teams that, if given the opportunity, should probably take the top 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks in the 2027 NFL draft. Because there will be guys, 100%.
Yes,
there's too many names here that have a lot of potential going into 27 that could be top picks. And there's a lot of teams still that need quarterbacks and are preparing to draft quarterbacks this season, right? Like, we know the Jets are all in on the 27 draft for a quarterback. Probably for Arch Manning, but we'll see who it ultimately is. I think all these teams that we mentioned and kind of talked about could be looking for quarterbacks, along with the Houston Texans.
All right, Jay, I'm looking at this 4-rounder. Have you seen it?
I have not seen old Chad Reuter's 4-rounder. I think we should dive into it.
This is our boy Chad Reuter from NFL, NFL.com. Chad Reuter, 4-round mock. And we got to speed this up, Jay, so we may not get through all four. Let's roll. Mendoza, Reese, status quo. Malanoa, we've seen it before. Tennessee goes David Bailey. No Jeremiah
Good
Love.
pick.
Love is going to the Giants.
Okay. Saquon.
Love's going to the Giants. Love it for Dart. There goes Monroe Freeling at 6. We just talked about that in the last segment. Sonny Styles to the Commanders. Great fit.
Like it.
Love it. Here's the first bombshell. The Saints. Keldrick Falk at 8.
Chad, what are we doing, man? Ruben Bain still available?
Wouldn't be my pick, but let's keep it pushing. Chiefs, last time they took a safety high, it worked out very well.
Good pick.
Caleb Downs. I'll take it.
Good pick. Yeah.
Mansour Delane goes to the Bengals at 10. The Miami Dolphins keep the Miami kid at home, and they get Ruben Bain. You ready for this one from my Cowboys? I like it, but I'm like,
nah, you like it. You're trying to hide your excitement, but you like it. I haven't seen it. I can tell you already like it.
I do like it, but I'm kind of like, hey, man, we're good there. We're good. But Dallas goes Carnell Tate at 12.
Oh, my God. You like it, but you don't. Nah, Ray, you love it. You love it. You got your two outside guys in Pickens and Tate, and then in the middle just roaming around having a good time.
And CeeDee Lamb. I mean, we get Tate there. I'm buying that 17 jersey tomorrow. So Dallas goes Carnell Tate. I've not seen this. 13. The Lions. Okay, they traded with the Rams, and they trade up and get Spencer Fano. Okay, at 13.
Interesting trade up.
Baltimore, love it. They go Vanga Ione, guard. Tampa goes Caleb Banks out of Florida. Ty Simpson to the Jets. There he is, second quarterback off the board.
Mel had it too, and I'm like,
I wouldn't do it.
That's the ceiling for Ty Simpson.
I'm not buying the Ty Simpson hype at all. 17, the Rams trade back, and they take wide receiver 2. Omar Cooper Jr. Omar's coming. And if you know, you know. Omar coming.
Jeez. I know that hurts you, right?
I like the fit.
I know that pains you.
It does
pains you. Because Omar on the Rams would be so good.
My boy Lemon, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Jay. Over Tyson, I don't know about that.
No, you know.
Jermon McCoy goes to the Vikings at 18. Kenyon Sadiq to Carolina. I've talked about it. I like the fit. I think getting Bryce, a dynamic tight end, they need a tight end there. I like that. Mesidor goes 20 to Dallas.
How would you be fine with that?
Yes.
I've told you I think that's a fine spot for
much
him.
More than TJ Parker at 20.
Much
more.
For sure.
Much more than Parker. Pittsburgh goes Blake Miller, same pick. Cleveland, to your point, this is your scenario. They took Monroe Freeling at 6. Look who they get here at 22. They had to trade up, but they get Jordan Tyson at 22. You like that better than Tate and Caleb Lomu?
I think that the chances of Tyson falling are maybe questionable, but I think you can get a better receiver at 24 versus what you're going to get like with the tackle drop-off, right? I like taking Freeling up top, get a receiver down low. I don't think you see the DJ mock scenario where there's 5 receivers off the board by the time the Cleveland Browns' next pick is. I think it's probably closer to 3.
The discourse around Tyson and his pro day? He's not
doing anything, right? It's this Friday.
His hammy is still bummed.
Yeah. You know what I think it is, Ray, honestly? And I'd be curious, what the truth is about Tyson, because mocks obviously have him all over the place. I would suspect he's got pretty good draft grades from a lot of people, right? Because it seems like there's no rush for him to push. And so he's kind of satisfied with wherever he lands based off kind of the draft grade he's been given. And so I'm kind of fine with it, right? Like, you want to see him run, you want to see him do all these things, but if he's not ready and he just hamper himself for what could be his obviously rookie NFL season, I just think so it makes a lot of sense. He probably has good draft grades and he'll be more than fine.
Jason in the chat saying I like Lomu better than Freeling. So
it's the size thing, right?
Tyson going 22. Here goes one. Philly at 23.
Oh man.
Oof.
AJ Brown, your days are numbered.
Makai Lemon, 23 to Philly.
I mean, that kind of sucks for Lemon if they don't trade Brown. Like that immediate impact, right? It's
they would
like,
have to
it's
trade.
Kind of like
they in this scenario, they're trading Brown. Smith's the 1, Lemon's the 2. In this scenario, they're trading Brown.
But look at JSN. Oh, they got to trade DK. They can't have DK and Lockett.
They did JSN, end up getting him up out of there, didn't they? They got him up out of there.
But it took them 2 years. In 2 years, AJ Brown's contract is done. Right? So we'll see. I am with you that it probably means he's gone, but it may not.
All right.
May not.
Let's keep it pushing. 24. Chargers just continue. Here's one thing that I've seen about the Chargers this offseason. They ain't effing around with that O-line. They are not. They've signed 50 offensive linemen and 4 fullbacks. They are drafting offensive line every time in a mock. They ain't playing around with Herbert not being upright here in 2026. The Dolphins, they trade up with the Bears and they get a receiver. Casey Concepcion at 25. I like this. This is
fine pick, yeah.
Fine pick. The Chiefs, they trade up and get Caden Proctor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A lot of trades happening right now. Buffalo,
Bills,
Kansas
Buffalo
City.
could use that
O-line. Well, Buffalo and Kansas City, they've done business in the past, right? They've done business in the past.
Hasn't worked out for either side.
The 49ers, they go Caleb Lomu. I continue to say they got to find somebody as the heir apparent to Trent Williams. Is it going to be him?
They didn't pick up his option
because they're going to give him a deal. They're just going to give him a new contract. Rework that. Lee Hunter, disruptive D tackle out of Tech, goes to Houston at 28. Cassius Howell, Buffalo gets their guy, and they got an extra pick or 2 inside of this deal. 30, the Chicago Bears. They trade. This is the trade where the Dolphins moved up. Chicago gets Dylan Denneman at 30. This
seems like a good value based off where
nice
I would have
work by Ryan Poles. Good work. I like this. At 31, your Patriots. They go O tackle. Max Ianker. I can't say his name right. But
I skipped over it, but good
Arizona
pick, right?
State. Your Patriots need a tackle.
Huge tackle. Yeah,
they did bring back, I think Morgan Moses is still on the right. I believe he's still on the right. You got Will Campbell on the left, and you got Max to kind of learn from. And you could plug him at the right. You could plug him inside. But New England goes O tackle, and then Seattle goes Colton Hood, defensive back out of Tennessee. Let's go round 2. Let's quickly go through round 2. Interesting mock. I'm not.
A lot of trades.
A lot of trades. I kind of like it. It's refreshing to see something different. All right. We've got Boston coming off the board early in the 2nd round. Jeremy Bernard coming off the board early as well. Wide receiver out of Alabama. Peter Woods to the Giants. Antonio Williams. I mean, his receiver is heavy at the top of the 2nd round. Antonio Williams to Houston at 38. Interesting there to see him there. Let's keep going. Cleveland. Let's get this off the screen.
Avian Terrell.
Nice.
Avian
Terrell. Yep, Cleveland. Kansas City goes Chris Johnson. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, 41. What a great cluster of picks right here. Terrell, Johnson, and Warren. Love it. Warren going to Cincy at 41. D'Angelo Pons to the Saints.
Oh, wow, okay.
42. Dolphins go Austin Barber, offensive tackle. Zion Young, edge, goes to the Jets. Eli Stowers to the Ravens at 45. Okay.
Yeah.
No Isaiah Likely. I like it.
Yeah.
CJ Allen to Tampa Bay. Jacob Rodriguez to the Colts' first pick here at 47. So 2 linebackers come off the board. Caden McDonald, who was a first rounder in DJ's mock, comes off here to Atlanta at 48. We know they need D-line help. DeMonte Capehart right here out of Clemson. Derek Moore, Logan Jones, Grayson Halton. A lot of hype for him. The D-tackle out of Oklahoma going to Green Bay at 52. Zach Branch to Pittsburgh at 53.
Ugh. Feels like the exact archetype of receiver Pittsburgh would draft and not know how to utilize.
Yeah, just scrolling through. Cornerback out of South Carolina, Brandon Cisse going to the Chargers. R. Mason Thompson to the Eagles. Traden Stukes going DB out of Arizona, who's starting to get some hype. Going to Chicago here at 57. So they went Denneman. They went DB back-to-back picks. Like, we gotta get this secondary back together. San Francisco, is this a more appropriate place for Jadarian Price in the 2nd round to the 49ers at 58? So, yeah.
The 49ers is interesting because obviously it's the Christian McCaffrey show there. We've seen plenty of running backs drafted in San Francisco that
they didn't re-sign B-Rob. They've got Jordan James, but that's really it. So Jadarian Price.
It's a fine spot, but what do you do with it?
He's a backup running back. He's hoping to be a backup running back behind Christian McCaffrey. Emmanuel Pregnon, the offensive guard out of Oregon, going to Houston at 59. Malachi Fields to the Bears at 60. Giddings Dunker to the Rams at 61. Anthony Hill to Denver at 62.
Wow, that's a good pick.
Patriots go Sam Roush, tight end out of Stanford at 63. Feels like a Patriots guy. And then Seattle,
Malachi Lawrence.
They get an edge rusher that runs a 4.3 40-yard dash. Explosive, fast. Just get another dynamic player. Let's go round 3 quickly. We got Garrett Nussmeier going to the Cardinals. And I would take Nuss in round 3 over Ty Simpson at pick 16.
Yeah?
I would take Nuss in the 3rd round over Simpson at 16.
If Nussmeier went to the Cardinals in the 3rd round, do you think he plays in 26?
Yes, probably.
I think so.
At some point, you put him out there. there. Let's see any other picks. Chris Bell to New Orleans. Deion Burks to Kansas City. So there goes your receiver. Keontae Scott to the Dolphins in round 3. Love it. Great pick. Malik Muhammad. You got Romello Height right there. Katron Allen going to the Falcons.
Surratt,
there's Elijah Surratt going to Indianapolis. AJ Holsey, safety out of LSU. Love it. To Jacksonville. Genesis Smith. Love it for the Vikings. Takario Davis. There's Carson Beck to Pittsburgh. So another quarterback off the board in round 3. Oof. Kamari Ramsey. Damn, the Dolphins got a lot of picks. Kamari Ramsey, safety, going to the Dolphins here in round 3. Max Clare, the Dolphins with another 3rd round pick. Man, they are just loading up on players. Bud Clark, safety out of TCU to Dallas. See, Bryce Lance to your Patriots. Back there is Bryce Lance.
Got to trade up to draft that Bryce Lance.
They had to trade up to get that Bryce Lance to help Drake May out. There goes DP's boy. Mike Washington, he had him going to Seattle round 1. This is a better value here. Round 3, Mike Wash goes to Seattle at 96. Jalen Farmer, Charles Demings, cornerback out of Stephen F. Austin, who's gotten some hype, goes pick 100 to the Jags. All right, so we'll stop there.
3 running backs in the top 3 rounds? 3 running backs? 1 each round, that's it?
That's it.
Mike Washington, Jadarian Price, and Jeremiah Love. That's it.
Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, and Mike Washington through 3 rounds. Day 1 and day 2, you got 3 damn running backs picked. And I don't think that's crazy.
Not crazy at all.
I think that is probably a very realistic outcome for how poor this running back class is this year.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go to comments. Let's see what the people are saying before we get out of here. Nuss, Aller, Klubnik are all interesting picks wherever they go. No, we'll see. We'll see what they can do. Jones in round 2, not a chance. Patriots scouts told me that they're sticking with Campbell at left tackle. Fans were calling for him to be pushed inside, but the Pats don't feel that way. I agree. I think that last game, that definitely sticks in the mind of people. Like, look at how that.
Well, I think it's just the whole playoffs, right? Like, top D line, top D line, top D line, top D line. Like, it's a terrible stretch for any left tackle, not just a rookie who was struggling. So,
yeah, I wouldn't move him either. Not yet. Yeah, Claire to the Dolphins, chef's kiss, easily eating some targets in a pass-heavy offense, not by choice. Let's end with this because we talked about Waddle. We looked at some of the Dolphins picks. Did Malik Willis know they were going to gut this receiver room in this team before signing?
That's the big question, right?
It feels like the Malik Willis contract and deal is very much a 1-year experiment, and if it doesn't work out, did he know prior to going there that they were going to trade Waddle? You know, Tyreek is gone, obviously, and he had the devastating knee injury, but man, they're saying Devon Achane is not available. I'm not buying that for a second.
Yeah.
How does this end for Malik in Miami? They didn't take a damn receiver in any one of these mocks inside of round 1.
So the way the contract is structured, he's actually going to be on the roster for 2 seasons. Like, so his dead cap obviously right now is $45 million, the full guaranteed of his contract. But even into next year, it's still $39 million, right? And we know they're paying Tua another $42 million or something like that next year because they stretched his contract over the 2 seasons. So, I mean, again, we talked about how Miami's going to need a quarterback for sure. Maybe they do draft one in the 27 draft, but Malik Willis, for all intents and purposes, is probably going to be on the roster. I have to imagine there was some conversation that they may move Waddle, but at the same time, if you're Malik Willis, it's not like you had, I doubt he had the pick of the litter to where he's like, I have to turn this contract down because they're going to trade Jaylen Waddle. You know, like, do you think he had that type of authority?
He wouldn't
like,
turn his shit down. No,
he wants to be with the Packers regime, who he knows very well from his time. But
he's a third-round pick, and now he's getting $40 million a game. He ain't turning down no contract.
He knew that anybody could be for sale, right? And he has to kind of live with whoever's there. Yeah. But the situation is very tough, and it's the reason why I've been so concerned about Willis, because we don't know who's going to be there. We expect A-Chain to be there just based off their own sentiment. But if he gets traded, then they really don't have anything. Unless they draft somebody. And even if they do draft somebody, again, I don't believe they're going to walk in and just take over an offense and make Malik Willis serviceable.
I am going to be very interested because we see it happen. I know we absolutely see it happen in the NBA. It's a big problem in the NBA where you kind of know what the projected draft class is going to be like. And then teams just tank. Like, I'm tanking. We need to get a lottery pick. The feeling around the 27 class is very exciting. There is a lot of strong sentiment about the class, how it can be, what it's going to look like. It's going to be very interesting to see if any team, and I don't think it happens as prevalently in the NFL as other sports, but if any team kind of is like, hey, we ain't winning this year anyway. We're in the AFC East. It's going to be Buffalo. It's going to be New England once again. We've got no damn shot. Let's just stack some stuff up.
There's some teams that could definitely do it. Like Miami could definitely tank.
It's the NFL, Jay.
Yeah.
I can absolutely see a couple of them.
Arizona could tank. The Jets.
Think Arizona cares about that Jacoby Brissett? He didn't win a goddamn game as a starter. Not one.
No.
He didn't win one game as the starting quarterback with the Arizona Cardinals last year. We think they're going to win a whole bunch this year?
Probably
I don't
not.
think they care.
Right?
I don't think
Aaron
they
Glenn
care.
coaching for his job, but how does he do?
Aaron Glenn sleeping at the combine, sleeping his ass off. It's all right.
We're going
to try again
$60 million contract to sleep on. He's chilling.
We shall see. Hit the music, Jay. Hit the music. Appreciate y'all being in the building. A lot of people keep asking, are we back full-time on Mondays? Yeah, Monday's the day. Mondays and Thursdays. Those are the days for the show. We appreciate you pulling up, tapping in. If you can't be here live, I'm not going to be able to make it Monday. I can't make it on Thursday. That's cool. Check it out after the fact, right? Just watch it on replay. Or if you subscribe to the podcast feed, JRich gets this thing up quite quickly after the show is over. So make sure you sub to the Wake Up with Ray and Jay podcast feed if you enjoy the show, if you enjoy the conversation. If we make your Monday a little bit brighter, do us a big favor. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We got way more people watching than subscribed. I see it, Jay. 2,500, 3,000 watching. We need to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bells, notifications, because the only thing you get on this channel is us. Talking ball, talking sports. Check out DDFFB for the fantasy football content. Check out Ray GQ for the NFL draft college football content. And join the community. Patreon.com/allgas or DDFantasyFootball.com. Anything you want to say to people before we get out of here, Jay?
No, I appreciate everybody listening. Obviously, you were away, so happy to have you back. But
yes,
share the show around, right? People are still wondering, where is the show? It's not on Ray's channel anymore. It's over here, so share it around. If people are asking, let them know. But we will always be here Mondays and Thursdays, and maybe a little bit more come in season as well. So very excited for that. Lots of good things on the way.
I got that. Jay, I got to go. I got that open claw right now. That Mac Mini, man. I am Ray I all in right now.
Ray I is coming.
Ray I is coming, baby. But get us out of here, Jay.
But yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. Like and subscribe. And, of course, we will see you on Thursday, maybe doing a rookie mock draft based off of Chad Reuter's mock, because we do have a lot of landing spots for some of these players. But let us know in the comments what you guys want to see. Let us know who your top 5 receivers in the NFL are, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. We are out. Peace.
I don't think I have the out tray, so I'm going to just press this, and we'll see what happens, all right?